It's September 28th, 2021, and this is Sketchworks NewsBrake. The news stops here. I'm Brian Troxel, and I didn't iron my shirt. In an interview, President Joe Biden claimed that the Afghanistan withdrawal did not have a picture book ending. Although if it did, it would be called Joe Biden and the Horrible, Terrible, No Good, Very Bad Presidency. President Biden received his COVID-19 booster shot this week in accordance with CDC guidance. Now, for those of you who don't follow CDC guidance, you're encouraged to add an extra tube of horse deworming paste to your already messed up regimen of Tucker Carlson conspiracy theories and latent racism. This week, the oldest ever human footprints in North America were discovered in the American Southwest. So I guess Joe Biden has visited the border after all. Convicted attempted assassin John Hinckley, who shot President Reagan in 1981 in hopes that actress Jodie Foster would date him, will be unconditionally released from prison next June. The Prison Review Board said, since Reagan's already dead and Jodie Foster's a lesbian, Hinckley isn't much of a threat anymore. Hinckley hopes to return to the job he had in 1981, working at Photomat. Former President Donald Trump, at a rally in Perry, Georgia, a political rally, not the fast food burger place rally. Anyway, at the rally, Trump made this statement.
Stacey Abrams says, I'm not going to concede. That's okay. No problem. Oh, she's not going to concede. She's not going to concede. Of course, having her, I think, might be better than having your existing governor, if you want to know that.
I have no idea what's happening right now. But if you do, comment below. Trump supporters paid nearly $6 million for a much-hyped election audit in Arizona, only for the final results to show Joe Biden indeed won Arizona, and by a larger margin than first thought. Look, if you want to waste your money, don't spend it on election audits. Spend it on one of our Sketchworks NewsBrake Patreon levels. A Rutgers University professor says that a nuclear war could trigger worldwide climate change. Because if there's one thing I'm worried about during nuclear war, it's having to wear shorts outside. Global athlete's foot Greta Thunberg scolded world leaders for too much of what she calls blah, blah, blah on climate change. Ironically, that's what most people hear when Thunberg gives a speech. South Korean President Moon Jae-in said it is time to ban eating dog meat in the Asian country. Hey, note to the South Korean president, that's racist. Hollywood may soon be on hold. The International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees is scheduled to vote in 1 week on whether to authorize a strike. Now, these are the behind-the-scenes people who work on the movies and TV shows we watch. And they're asking TV and movie producers for things like breaks and better wages. That's something we here at Sketchworks NewsBrake wholeheartedly support. And certainly I, as the producer of Sketchworks NewsBrake, would never mistreat my employees in any way.
Brian hasn't let me sleep in 26 hours. All right. Something, Sleepy Joe Biden. At least he gets to sleep. Have to write jokes for NewsBrake. Jokes. Okay. Maybe he'll let me sleep after reading this.
Like I said, I would never mistreat my employees. Tim is technically not on the payroll. That's Hollywood accounting for you. And speaking of Hollywood, prosecutors in Los Angeles plan to dismiss around 60,000 marijuana-related convictions, since marijuana is legal in California. Sales of Doritos and Cheetos are about to go through the roof in LA. In business news, economists slashed their forecast for America's growth. Then they stabbed their hopes for a full economic recovery, and finally decapitated their outlook for weakening inflation. Happy Halloween, everyone. I know it's not even October yet. In other business news, Google celebrated their 23rd birthday yesterday. To celebrate the occasion, the search engine began a court battle with the European Union to overturn an antitrust ruling, fining Google $5 billion. You're so cheap, Google. Just pay the damn thing. In yet even more business news, Facebook has suspended their Instagram Kids app after receiving scores of complaints that no kids were using the app. Those complaints were made by pedophiles. Last week, people waited in line for hours, some even overnight, to buy Apple's newest iPhone, the iPhone 13, which starts at a price of $1,000 and does exactly the same stuff your current phone does. That's right! We'll be performing a selection of sketches from our all-new, all-female show, Heels Up, at the All the Laughs Comedy Awards, Saturday, October 16th at 8 p.m. at the Roll Call Amphitheater at Ponce City Market, right here in Atlanta. We are so happy to be part of this 3-day festival, recognizing comedic creators from around the globe under the backdrop of the Atlanta comedy scene. Now, some of the festival will be shown online, so even if you're not in Atlanta, follow the links below for more information. And while you're down there, in the below, be sure to like our channel, subscribe, and click the little bell thing. Ding! I don't know if that's how it sounds when you click the bell thing. A lawsuit filed by Evel Knievel's son against Disney, claiming copyright infringement against his late father concerning the Toy Story 4 character Duke Kaboom, has been dismissed by a judge because it was stupid. The producers of the James Bond films plan to start looking next year for a new actor to play the iconic British spy. Well, look no further. I mean, you didn't mention the actor had to be good, or young, or in shape. R&B singer R. Kelly is now a convicted sex criminal. He faces decades in prison after a federal jury convicted him of sex trafficking and other heinous crimes. I believe you can fly right into a prison cell. And congratulations go out on the birth of their first child to wrestler Ronda Rousey and her husband, Tim Millard. Volvo announced that their cars will be vegan-friendly by the year 2030. To be vegan-friendly, the cars will no longer have leather seats and will have an engraved vanity mirror that says, "I'm better than you." The Massachusetts State Police Union claims dozens of state troopers plan to resign because of the agency's COVID-19 vaccine mandate. On the plus side, that means fewer speed traps. At a funeral for their mother, two sisters found that the woman in the casket was actually a stranger in her clothes. They knew immediately it wasn't their mother because she didn't criticize their choices in men. FedEx fired a driver who claimed he refused to deliver packages to homes that support Black Lives Matter, President Biden, and Vice President Kamala Harris. To be fair, many FedEx drivers refuse to deliver packages to any home, unless you define deliver as kick the package over your fence and flip you off. Researchers at the University of Missouri say they are close to finding a vaccine for poison ivy. But even when it's released, your crying 2-year-old will still be kicked off the plane for not wearing a mask. This weekend, the British public was panic buying gas, or as they call it, petrol. A media report stated the country could possibly face a shortage. That possibility became a fact as many Brits ran out to fill up their cars, or as they call them, cars. Only in England, right? But what if it happens here? I mean, it has happened here. Oh my God, could we run out of gas soon? Oh no, I better fill up. That's all for Sketchworks NewsBrake. We'll be back next week, and we hope that you are too. I'm Brian Troxel. Say hi to your mom for me. And tell her to go get gas. Now. Good grief. This is a panic situation of nth degree. Mally, that's the shadow of the thing you're playing at. This is the thing right here. That's the shadow. What are you doing? It's it's behind you. It's right. It's here. It's Mal. It's behind you. It's not. That's the shadow. Yeah.